Thank God it's Friday. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm rounding up the week. It's been a wonderful week from Monday to Friday, and today is Friday, the 27th day in the month of June 2025. Of course, we are going to say bye to June in few days. How has June been for you? Today is Friday. What has the week presented to you? As you prepare yourself into the weekend, go with a mindset of restarting, reaffirming yourself, giving yourself that assurance that the coming week would be better. Welcome to Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are streaming live on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel. You can catch us there. Download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. A very big shout out to our Star Times family. We love you. We celebrate you, to everyone that has been with us from the beginning of this week. And today it's Friday. I'm always excited. The days like this, I miss Mama Jenzi because she knows I'll be screaming, thank God it's Friday, and I'll be resting. Yes, we are going to be having her next week join us here on the show. If you're wondering who this pretty lady is, I am Princess Joy Eyo Abu. That's for the people that are just watching for the first time. My name, my culture, my heritage. Today's show promises to be very interesting. The conversation we are bringing to you is one that affects relationship, whether you're a father, mother, children, auntie, uncle, everyone, generally relationship at a large, but we'll be focusing on partnership relationship, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. Don't worry, just sit back, enjoy. Don't go anywhere, don't touch that dial. If you're watching us via TV, don't change it, don't move. Just stay on our Facebook or on our app so that you would have all the gist without missing anyone. And to everyone celebrating today, we wish you the very best. We are celebrating with you. We love you. Family and Valley celebrates you. Family and Valley is a show that runs Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on the dot to 10 a.m. Just like on your screen this beautiful morning. All right, let's go on our mini feature. And when we return, our young guest is ready to join us via Zoom this morning for the conversation. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Yes. How phone, telephone, social media. A lot of people will say, I don't use phones. So when I'm with my partner, I used to keep my phone by my side. I don't talk about it. I have somebody that will say, if I'm discussing with you, keep your phone. Don't even bring your phone close. Now we want to have that conversation this morning. How does phone affect relationship? Well, this morning, we will be joining this conversation, and our guest will be joining us via Zoom, who has been on standby waiting. Let us have Zino, because he said his friends call him Zino, but his name is Oladipo Orelumi, Obazino, Oladipo. Your friends call you Zino. Zino, my guy. Can we have him on the screen this morning? I love the smile. I'm sure you were just smiling and you were just like, did I murder your name? So what's the pronunciation of that last name? Because I do want to call it so that I do not say I sport Yoruba names. Now, what's the last pronunciation?
Yes, Oladapo Oriero. Oriero, yeah.
Okay, welcome to the show this morning. Good to have you. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Now you listen to our mini feature. How healthy is telephone in our relationship? And I love the fact that you're a very young person. You're a creative guy. You know, you're into a lot of creative ideas you get. And that's the good thing about you joining us this morning. He is very versatile. He's an art illustrator. A product manager, a financial market analyst, a crypto investor, and all-round tech enthusiast. When I saw the crypto, after the show, you will just do the coin. All right, that's a whole lot for you there, man. Well done, well done, well done. So now, I know that for the kind of tech jobs you do, your phone is your office, basically. I want to start with this question. Has your phone affected your relationship in any way? Now, if you have a partner, let's not even take it from a, have you had somebody say, Zino, you're always on your phone. You don't have my time and it's affecting me. Have you ever had that conversation with anyone?
Yes, 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 like a million times. Like you said, uh, phone and mobile devices, especially for me, is like a major part of my work. What I do, I have so much screen time. I'm even trying to reduce it, you know, and I have had instances where, yes, a relationship in the past, even normal friends, platonic friends, they're like, okay, you're always so busy. You're always busy. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm online, but I'm not online. You know that kind of, I'm online, but I'm busy with work, or I'm checking out through things, the markets and all that. So I'm not available to be able to chat that much. Yes, the phone has given me accessibility to the world, to connect to the world via the internet, but maybe not connect so much in interpersonal relationship. So yeah, I've had that complaint. Thanks.
I love how sincere you were that it has connected you to the world, but not interpersonal relationship. And that brings me to my next question. What are the benefits of smartphones in family connectivity? Because for somebody like you now, who is connected to the world but is not having interpersonal connectivity, I'm sure even family members will be doubting you that every time we send you message it takes you time to reply, what is happening, but you're always online. If I check, I will see you online, you're not replying. So what's the benefit of smartphones in family connectivity, individual connectivity, generally within your family circle?
Yeah, apart from the generic benefits of a smartphone, at least for communication, right? Um, for people or family members who are not together in one place, that's one huge benefit. So we have some of our people who are in the diaspora, abroad and the like. So our smartphones help to at least keep in touch for the benefit of not, they say out of sight.
Okay, I think Zeno is having a bit of hinge with his network. I'm sure he was trying to say out of sight is not out of mind when you're having, your smartphone. Truly, there are benefits to family connectivity, because when you have somebody in another state and you're using your phone in the state, definitely there is always that connectivity. You have the video calls, you have the, the chat messages where you have to do send voice notes. So there is a lot of benefits when it comes to family connectivity. Sometimes distance, they say, is the place of the heart. But when you have a smartphone, it becomes richer than you can always get. Because you could wake up today and decide to call somebody in US via phone call, and you could have a whole day discussing. So those are one of the benefits of smartphones of family connectivity. And also, it keeps one abreast with the activities of the family. There are a lot of WhatsApp group now in family. People have executed burial plans successfully via the smartphone through family connectivity. Create your group, everybody sends in their contribution, everybody does their sharing, everything is done. The only thing is on that day, everybody appears. Now, you don't need to have, unlike those days where you would have to have physical meetings, everybody travel, come here, let's meet at brother A's house or uncle A's house, and then you start deliberating, you go back. But when with the smartphone and the events of technology and the digital age, you don't need all of that. You can stay anywhere, just get a WhatsApp group and everybody contributes there. I'm hoping that Zeno is back online with us. Is Zeno back online with us? Hello, Zeno, are you still there? Okay, let's go on a quick break, and when we return, I'm sure his network must have been fixed for him to join the conversation back. While we are waiting for our guest Zeno to join us back online, we are going to open our phone lines. Oh, thank God,
I'm
Zeno
back.
is back
Yeah.
online. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So we're talking about the benefits, connectivity of smartphone within the family units.
Yes. Can you ask the question again? I didn't get.
Okay, I was asking, I said, what are the benefits of using smartphones within family connectivity?
Oh, okay, okay. Using smartphones within family connectivity. Well, like I've mentioned before, um, for easy connection within the family, especially if you're distant, and sometimes you might not even be distant. We still have family members who are within the same vicinity, and we just want to reach out to you, check up on you. Maybe we're not in the same family house together, and we can easily connect for that open communication. Yes, that's one of the benefits of family connectivity using a mobile phone. There is a negative side to it. Um, if you want to permit me to say, because I've seen situations where we are all a family and we're all maybe seated in one room, and there's no communication because we're all on our phones, right? And everybody's just doing what they want to do. It's very hard to open that communication, and when that can go on for a while, whereas they now lose touch, where I can't easily access my father, I can't easily access my mother, because on a normal day I'm in my room and I'm just on my phone, right? So the phone, even though it is effective for connection, if not managed properly, it can create a form of distance. Okay. So, and it happens a lot for teenagers to parents and children who are also growing up who have access to mobile devices. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I love the angle you just brought it in when we talked about, families being together and there's no face-to-face interaction. Now, how can we balance it? How can we balance the digital communication and the face-to-face interaction within the family unit? Because you just made a very key point there. A lot of times they say, okay, let's have family meeting, let's have family dinner, let's have breakfast. And everybody is on their gadgets, on their smartphones. Before somebody will say, hello, I'm here. But how can it be balanced? You being in the digital world, in the tech world, how can we balance the digital communication and the face-to-face interaction within the family units?
So it's more or less setting up maybe kind of boundaries, and if children are brought up in an environment where, yes, I know it's a very relatable world. We're into digital things from such a young age. Everybody wants to be in tech and wants to communicate with the internet. But there should be a balance and a screen time for parents who still have a form of training over their children. So from age 10 to maybe 13, 14, 15, such individuals can be, their phone access can be limited, because I think that's the period of bonding that really happens between parents and child, right? So they can limit the amount of screen time. Personally, okay, let me even use my story. I did not have an Android phone till I was 18 years old, right? It's not like I couldn't get one, but that was just a rule. You're not getting a phone until you finish secondary school. I finished secondary school at 18. Yeah, it's pretty old for today's standard now, but that helped me because obviously now I have excellent communication skills. I talk more than I would want to relate. Even though now I work with my phone and do so much with my phone, that built a level of rapport with my parents. I'm very close to my mother. I'm very close to my father. So there was no so much distraction while growing up till 18 years old. Now I'm an adult. I can control myself. I can manage myself. So parents can have a way to reduce their screen time for children. Um, they can go through the extreme of not getting them a phone till a certain age, or just have that screen time management for them, even though they have phones, maybe from 10, 12, 15, thereabout. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Your story is similar to a lot of stories out there, but when you're operating in a digital world now, that even you see children in their grade 6, grade 5, they are bringing gadgets to school and they'll say it's assignments. Oh, they say they should bring our smartphones. We want to do AI, we want to do GT chats, you know, so it's a whole lot to manage with that. But now I want to take it from this angle. What role does social media play in changing or impacting the family dynamics? Because for you, you've set that boundaries. They said no phone till you finish secondary school. We have a celebrity that raised, it was more of an argument online when she said she wasn't going to give her child a phone until the child finished, clocked 16, and that was when she was finishing secondary school. And everybody was like, no, in this digital world, why? And immediately the girl finished secondary school. She handed the child an iPhone 12 or thereabout, brand new one. For her, she said she wanted to build that strong resilience towards social media because there's a lot of influence on social media. So what is the influence, the impacts of negative impacts of social media on family dynamics? How is it changing the family settings that we have today? Because sometimes you want to communicate with your child and the child is constantly on the phone and you're saying, can you hear me? I can hear you. You know, we see that a whole lot and you're like, but it wasn't like this. In my time, it was line. You see that line. You receive call once and you put that phone on speaker. Everybody is hearing what is happening there. So, you know, but how has social media changed the family dynamics?
Okay, so it has changed so much, and I'm so glad we're having this conversation. Um, Negatively, it has made a lot of children disconnect, from their parents. So you see a child learning so much from social media than they are learning from their parents. Because why? They are in social groups, they're in WhatsApp groups, they have their peers, Facebook groups. I mean, there's TikTok now, so many things are happening there. So it's exciting for a young person, right? Because why? I want to see my
Okay, I think his network has a
yes, yeah,
hinge there. But now, while we are
yeah,
waiting
I'm here,
for,
I'm here
okay,
now. Yeah,
I
so
can.
like I was saying, so it's easier for children and teenagers, as it were, to connect with their social media, especially when they got it from an early age. Like the perfect example you gave of the celebrity, it's amazing. Such a child would have gained so much ground in self-control when it comes to social media. And for me personally, because me too, I didn't have social media early enough. I'm not so crazy about it. Yes, I use it to connect now, but I've been able to build stamina. I've been able to build a form of resilience, right? So one major negative impact of social media in terms of family setting is disconnection between the child and the parent. Now we're talking about children. Now let's even talk about adults, right? For a father who did not use social media a lot, because there are two extremes. A child can be exposed to it too early, and a father or a mother who did not even have social media while growing up now gets to see this thing. They're like, wow, this is like a new, playful thing that I never knew existed. And they end up burning so much time on it that they now disconnect from everybody else, right? My father is like a perfect example too. He just got used to Facebook of recent, and he's like, wow, Facebook is my new best friend. So we see him when I'm around the house. He's on Facebook almost all the time, scrolling, getting to know it more. So there's an extreme if you don't guard yourself, even as an adult. Thank you.
All right, Zeno, I'm going to hold you on there. Just give us a minute. Go now. Word and Marble will be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned with us. It's Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. Today's conversation is how healthy is telephone in our relationship, and we have Zeno that have been doing justice to the topic. If you've missed the first part of the conversation, please go to our YouTube page. You can have it there. And we want you also to join the conversation by sending in text messages. We might just pick a few calls, but text messages I would prefer. You can call the studio line 070-422-34006. It will be displayed there. Send in text messages, please, so that we'll have enough time. Except you have something very important to ask our guests, then we would pick your call. You can actually send in messages on today's conversation. All right, Zeno, thank you for staying tuned there. Can you please? All right, thank you so much. So the word of Marble said something. It said, it said a smartphone trust itself is like a relationship or a smartphone that doesn't have network. So what you actually do with it is you play games. You get? So sometimes you don't have service on your smartphone and it becomes boring and you just have to play games, or you scroll through the gallery, the pictures, you now start looking at past videos. Automatically you're playing around it. That brings me to this question now that has to do with trust in our phones now. How has phone addiction, or let me not just relate it to phone, gadget generally, the digital world addiction, how has it impacted trust and intimacy in relationship? Now we are talking about, it could even be relationship between father, mother, partners, intimate lovers, husband, wife. But how has tech, you are there, you've had a lot of complaints. How has it affected trust and intimacy in relationship?
Okay, yes. It has tried to, well, there's some positive side to it, but there's also some negative side to it. Because when I'm on a date with somebody, for instance, and I am engaged with some other people and I'm laughing profusely at someone else talking to me over the phone, right? It can build a form of distrust and disconnectivity between me and the person I'm supposed to have a conversation with. You know, I was in a chat yesterday with somebody, with some set of young people, because we have a group and we're just talking. And she talked about how a relationship is at the brink of scattering now because the guy found out that his girl, as it were, was still having um, she was chatting with her girlfriend who was talking about an ex that they had, or that his girlfriend had. I don't know if you understand me. So he was like, oh, you're still having connections with your ex? And she was like, no, I was just having a conversation with my girlfriend about my ex. But he wasn't having it, and he was like, no, you're still having connection with him, blah blah blah. And that has built a kind of distrust, right? Because of the conversation he saw on WhatsApp. Now, that has done a lot for people like that in that area. For married couples that have maybe one partner is still in connection with a long-time friend, and the friend is always calling, you know, I mean, it's even a red flag when you're trying to call somebody who is married like that, you know, constantly, you know. So when that happens, you know, it can raise eyebrows, and maybe a husband or a wife is like, okay, who are you always receiving this call from? You know, so that has brought a lot of distrust in relationships, you know, and it has caused a lot of harm actually. So that's one way that I can see it. It can build a little bit of trust to an extent if both parties are trustworthy or have integrity or are honest with each other. So, for instance, we know about the distance relationship, and somebody is in Abuja, another person is in Lagos, you know, and I mean, the only way that you people can have communication is via your phones, via the social media. So there must be, you know, constant off-phone communication, and you are telling her what you did today. She's telling you how her day went, you know, before the day ends again. You guys have communicated like that every day. That can build a level. It's not like full, but a level of trust that, oh, I'm seeing what she's doing, I'm seeing what he's doing, you know. So that's one benefit of phone connectivity when it has to come to trust issues. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zeno, for balancing both sides. You talked about the negative and then the positive, which has to do with long distance relationship. We see that a whole lot. Now, I want to ask you this question. It's kind of a direct question. Do you belong to the school of thought that say, okay, let your partner have access to your phone? Let your partner have access to your phone. Now, if it's a yes, you give me reason. If it's a no, you give me reason. Now, I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and we're discussing, and she made a statement. She said, "Oh, for 1 year, I lost my phone, and my husband's phone became our phone." She didn't get that. For 1 year, she didn't have a phone, so her husband's phone became her phone. And she said, when they are home, and if they want to talk to her, they have to call the husband. And then if she's going out, she has to go out with her husband's phone. Why if the husband is at home? And if the husband is going out, the husband will go out with the phone while she's at home. And she said for 1 year they did that. And I was like, whoa, you guys must have built a level of trust, to be so comfortable to use one particular phone, husband and wife, that there will definitely be issues for 1 year. Now, I want to ask, in this era, this Gen Z world, where everybody is holding their phone like this, now, is it proper for your partner to have access to your phone at any time without restrictions?
I think based on the tenets and agreement of the couple, right, or the people involved in the relationship or friendship. Some people frown at it, is a 100% no. Some people allow it. So it's different strokes for different folks, right? So for me personally, I don't have any issue with it because I'm not one to be in a relationship with somebody and still want to play games outside, So my wife can even have, or my girl, whoever can have access to my phone pattern, and she can see my WhatsApp chats and all those things, because I probably would not be hiding anything. And if I'm having a conversation with a female, she would be able to see that the conversation is just maybe random information accessing and all that. So I may not have any issue with it, but some people would frown at it like wholeheartedly. If you're in that kind of relationship where your partner frowns at it, then you have to manage it accordingly. It doesn't make him a bad person, doesn't make her a bad person. We just have different values, right? So understand your partner, know that okay, he doesn't want you to have access to his phone or access to her phone, and you respect that and you trust that decision, right? Trust is very key in a relationship, in marriage. And once you start feeling insecure, it opens up to so many things that can cause damages in that relationship. So you want to be trustworthy. You yourself want to make sure, and also give your spouse that assurance that okay, I'm not really doing anything, right? Even though you don't have access to my phone, I'm not really doing anything. Once that person has that assurance, they can let you be, and they don't really have to poke nose and as it were. Thank you.
Answer the cloud question. How has the use of smartphones helped in resolving family conflicts? Now, when you bring back to long distance relationship, there is how to be conflict on the other end. The person will just cut the call and switch off the phone or block you. A lot of blocking happen these days. Before you even finish, they blocked you off. And you're like, but I can't see this person. But how has smartphones helped in resolving family conflict? You don't need to even be distant. Maybe around you, there is a conversation and then you resolve it. How has it helped? While we round up the show, and your final word to our viewers on this topic. Thank you.
How has smartphone helped for family? I mean, it's so many ways. Like you said, it doesn't have to be long distance relationship or family members who are abroad. For family members who just want to gain access to quick information. For instance, if there is a situation where somebody is um, indisposed or cannot reach out for the nearest possible help, and you are within the same community, I can easily call my brother, oh, I have a flat tire, or I'm here, or there's an issue that brought somebody to a police situation. I reach out, father, mother, whoever, this was going on, please come to my rescue. Imagine, God forbid, just imagine somebody is in a kidnap situation and they cannot access any of the family members because none of them are online or have a phone. So these are some of the benefits that family members have with phone connectivity. So it goes all around, it goes all around, it goes all around. I attended an introduction of a marriage via phone or via Zoom calls like this, right? I wasn't there, but I had to be there, So these are the benefits we have while we connect with our family. For miscellaneous issues, things that happen, unforeseen circumstances, we need urgent help. The phone connectivity is one thing that can help us as regards reaching out to our family members. Yeah. For my final words, I think I can add all that together, right?
Yes, you can. You can add all of that together. You can.
Okay. So for my final words, just find a way to balance things. Find a way to balance it. It's a beautiful thing. Tech has done more good. Some people have the opinion that how much has tech done more harm or more good, right? But in my opinion, I feel it has done so. The comparison is huge. The gap is huge for the good that tech has done. So make more use of the good side of it than the bad side. So manage your phone usage, right? For parents, try to control, have time constraints for your young people, your teenagers. I know they are sparking up with so much energy and enthusiasm. You can go through the extreme route of saying, okay, you're not going to have a phone till a certain age, 16, 17. That's still fine. They're not missing out on anything. Do you understand? For married couples, I mean, let us just be that trust that can build over time. I mean, you guys came into the relationship with your individual phone, with your individual friends that you still keep in touch with, right? But once you come into the tenets of marriage, then it should be okay. Now I have to set boundaries for myself, right? Okay, I can't call this person so much. I don't call my female friends like that who are married right now. I understand that because I there's wisdom, so it goes both ways. We can manage it. The phone is there to help us, to be a blessing to us. So let's use it accordingly. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. We have been discussing with Obazino Oladipopa. He said they call him Zeno, my guy. Thank you so much for doing justice to today's topic. We really appreciate you and we wish you more success in all you are doing. He is a tech enthusiast. He's so much into tech, everything about tech. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Enjoy the weekend ahead of you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
From our guest this morning, whatever you are doing, balance your phone, use of your phone. I mean, if you have to be with your family, set boundaries. I know of a particular family that once they say family meeting, everybody drop your phone, put it on flight mode. In fact, you're not keeping it. You put it in the table where everybody says until that meeting is over, nobody touches the phone. That is another way to, help and have face-to-face interaction. And if you know you're not the type that can allow your partner access your phone, my dear, just be on that ship. Do you understand me? Thank you so much for being a part of the show this week. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Thanks all you guys, to all the production team. Oh my God. To my station producing manager, Mr. Teslim, to my head of programs, Mr. Dewale, to all the MCR, the X Station. A big shout out to you people. This week we've had our guest, obviously. My people have just been there to me. So all the Carmen, I'm saying thank you. I love you. I celebrate you. And to Mama Gen Z, we love you. We are going to be rocking this boat next week. Myself and Mama Gen Z, of course, she will be back to join me here. Thank you. Have a great weekend ahead. Of course, next Friday, I'm always excited. I am Princess Joy Ayo Abu. Have a great landed weekend ahead of you. The next program is up here on Galaxy Television. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.